well done to those three guys there. I mean, with 355 points over John McDonald's 307, over Jordan Moss's 305.
A little technical issues there. Sorry, guys, we've been suffering a little bit
That's all right. That's
tonight.
All right.
But
we'll just bring the viewers back up to speed.
We'll bring the viewers back up to speed, and yeah, just look, welcome yous again. We are here for round 7 at Hungaroring, J-Man, the first round of the endurance end of the season, and you were actually just running through who'd wrapped up the sprint series actually already after round 6, mate.
Yeah, so that was Vic Chan over John McDonald, Jordan Moss, 355 points, plays 307, plays 305. So pretty tight for the second and third positions, as we saw in that final round of the sprint series, which was round 6. And then that leads us into the Pro-Am class, which Aaron Enright took out, doing a beautiful job there. 269 points over 248 over Vaughan Martin, over 228 over Steve Melling. So that was your podium for Pro-Ams. And then an absolute outstanding job as well from Phil Davison, coming on leaps and bounds this season. 168 plays 161, 7-point the margin over Kenny Simpson for that first and second in the AM title, with Bear Grylls bringing it up only a couple of points to mark it back on 159. So great job there. The teams thing still going on. There's no credit there for a sprint series. It's an overall, but it does see 777 Orange up there on 330 over BC Racing #1 team on 329. Shared that second and third position equal with Shell V-Power. So well done, Steve-O's team there, hanging in there.
Oh,
obviously,
definitely.
OES 329. BC Racing #2 319, 777 Black 313, and obviously Gear Grinders 302. So they're all still to play for. As I mentioned just before, off camera or off audio, you know, effectively these are double point rounds as we're watching these guys cycle up for quali. And we will just touch base with about 6.5 minutes to go on what we're looking at there. But just to give you an idea, big shout out to Aaron Enright. Thanks for hosting a fair portion of the boys for a great week away down in Queenstown. And he is one of the drivers we're missing tonight. He was your class winner for the sprint series, for the Pro-Am series, and he's going to take a big hit tonight to Vaughan Martin. But he's done the maths. We've done the maths. We know he's got quite a good lead. So anyway, we'll touch a bit more on that if we get a chance.
Sure.
If there's a double moment through the night, Davo.
For sure. But yes, if
nothing
else, he has wrapped up his Pro-Am sprint series trophy there. So nice work. Just focus on Jordan Moss. A few ring-ins there, just popping in the top 10 provision. Steve Wilton, good to see him back. I know he's been busy with real-life stuff lately. So back in the seat and actually hitting some good marks there, J-Man, provisionally in 6th position. Brad Robinson in 7th. Adam Falconer in 8th. John McDonald in 9th. I would expect to see that car move forward with only a little over 5 minutes. Riley Price running at the top 10 provisionally as we speak.
Steve Wilton just drove the car back in the lane. Standard Asrnz rules here, viewers, is that the drivers, if they want to make a fuel or tyre adjustment for a qualifying session, which is 15 minutes here tonight, they must drive the car pit lane before they escape to the pits, to the box. So as long as they're inside the lane, they're okay.
Too true. Brad Robinson also following him in J-Man for a quick adjustment. I also noticed Vic Chan and Fudado also in the pits a little bit early as well. So
so Vic Chan out there on a 44.0, which is an incredibly quick lap. Sam Carson only a 10th or so off him. And then here's our newcomer, one of our new guys, Stu Aerosmith, racing out of Nelson, out of the South Island. So,
let me find him on track, J-Man. Where's top 3? So easy to find.
Pretty easy to find him.
He's up the pointy end.
Look towards the pointy end. He's obviously a quick guy.
Nice work.
The ITM paint scheme here, which is obviously a building and timber supply merchant throughout the country. So I presume he's representing ITM out of Nelson. So well done, Stu. Good to see you on track.
Yeah, nice work. And welcome aboard, Stu Aerosmith. Awesome work. Also, Phil has joined us on the live broadcast, watching from a hotel in Melbourne. Nice work. Welcome,
okay. So
welcome aboard, Phil. I know you had other commitments, so yeah, nice stuff. Good on you. Okay, who else?
Yeah, okay, so that's Phil Davison. Righto, yep.
Okay, Phil Davison. Vaughan Martin.
Welcome aboard.
Mover and shaker at the moment. He's got, well, he had 4 tenths up his sleeve there, which would have put him in the 3rd position. Looks like it's just toing and froing a little bit. Also, the boys up the pointy end, Vic Chan and Sam Carson, also up on their time. So
yeah, I was going to say Carso's just
in good form there.
Just punched a 44.020, but Vic just betted his with a 43.950.
There you go, across the line. Looks like Sam's had enough. Stu Arrowsmith still out there circulating. Frodo is still out there and a little 10th up on his time. J-Man, this could... No, that's... I don't think he's going to make a gain on Stu there.
Yeah, John McDonald's hovering between 2 and 3 tenths also, so... You mentioned earlier you'd expect John to be a little bit further up, and
for sure. But also Wilton up a little bit on his time as well. So
yeah, Farmer really cooking here.
Yeah, definitely showing some pace, J-Man.
Yes.
Frodo up 2 tenths in a new livery too. Actually, a couple of Enduro liveries out on track tonight. There's been some minor changes. Probably the most notable would be the OES boys here with the BMW Frodo and Vic Chan's Lamborghini in the leopard stripe, or the tiger stripe, should I say, or whatever. Livery, so looking fantastic. We love a little bit of colour out on track.
Yeah, absolutely. Do like seeing these custom skins out there, and thanks to the viewers that are tuning in live. We appreciate you. Yeah, looking forward to that broadcast too, mate. It should be a screamer. So looking at that, Vic Chan 43.950, Sam Carson 44.0, Adam Falconer. We've seen this guy throughout the season, Davo. If he gets this Porsche in the window of setup, he'll be on.
Yeah, look, both him and Mossy, actually, Jordan Moss, the other 777 driver that is currently in a Porsche. And we have seen it throughout the season so far when the Porsches are on, they're on, aren't they? These guys do seem to run a very similar setup, actually. You can just see the cars in tandem there. Geordie just in front of him, so these guys definitely trade times pretty well. Geordie a little bit back at the moment in provisional 7th, and he comes across the line with no gain. So Adam Falconer in 3rd. Pulling the car up. We know that's the end of his qualifying now.
If John can finish this last corner off, he's just dumping it. If he can pick it up on the way out, he's got a 10th in the pocket, maybe a 10th and a half. This will see him move up a little bit, probably up to Shane Fodado, 5th. 4th, P4, John McDonald, 44.105 is 100% the same time as Adam Falconer. Adam Falconer posted that time before John McDonald, hence why he gets the 3rd position.
Look, we don't see it too often, but you do see it. These equal times.
Yeah, I feel like this season's gone by, Davo. We do see it.
We do see it, and yeah, it's awesome. Just shows you how close the racing is here, and thanks, Louis, actually also popping in on the YouTube live broadcast. Yeah, mate, definitely can't looking forward and can't wait to get over there to.
Isn't it good, Dave? Not too many days between you and I catching up again.
Well, that's it.
In the hot seat, mate.
Yeah. We love it.
Stuff.
More the merrier. So, yeah, plenty going on.
Jordan Moss got a bit in his pocket. Vaughan Martin's got a bit in his pocket.
Also, and John McDonald stayed out as well. So, we're just still focused on John McDonald, but we will go to Shane, actually, because he's just about to run across the line with a 10th up his sleeve. That puts him in 3rd. Pushed Falconer.
And McDonald back.
And McDonald back there. So good gains.
Yep. Vaughan Martin's still got a little bit in hand here. About a 10th and a half. He's building. It's looking like this Ferrari's building towards the back end of the lap. He's just got to negate, I guess, 2 more corners and see if he can get the punch out of this last corner. And I tell you what, if he grabs
So
the
John
10th and a
McDonald,
half,
10th up. This could put him in 3rd. John McDonald in 3rd position.
John McDonald, yeah,
Second
that's a
row,
great time.
nice work.
44.0.
Yes.
What's Vaughan Martin got? He did not improve by the look of it.
Oh.
No, he did. Sorry, he did.
Oh, there
he
you
did.
go.
Yep, he did just improve.
So in the top 10, just pipping Burst, actually. So, yeah, first, Vic Chan, Sam Carson, second, John McDonald, third, fourth, Shane Fuddido, Adam Falconer in fifth, Jordan Moss, Stu, Aerosmith, welcome aboard, Stu, in seventh, and great work.
Yeah, great quality, first one up.
Tough field, so nice work in seventh, first time at Asrnz. Steve Wilton, nice work from Steve Wilton in 8th. Vaughan Martin, like we were just discussing, in 9th. And Jeff Burst in 10th. And J-Man, it goes further.
Yeah, Riley Price, Brad Robertson, Rob Penfold. Hang on a minute. Is that Rob or Reese? I believe that's... that's Reese. Steve Melling, Nate Wilson, Kenny Bear Grylls, Rob Penfold, Phil Turner, Mitchell Cole, and then I think we had Lachlan Andrews as well. The on-game grid doesn't quite go that far, but yeah, great qualifying. And just to reflect, other than Shane's red 585 on the driver list, I guess, yeah, Vic Chan takes the overall pole. You know, I'm always dissecting the class. Steve Wilton, we haven't seen a lot of the 43 car of Steve Wilton this season.
No.
He has turned up to the first Enduro and effectively in P8 has put himself to be the first of the Pro-Am drivers in the field.
Yep.
And then a big shout out to Ken Simpson, currently P16, but he is the first of the AM drivers in the field. So P16 for Ken. He holds out Bear Grylls, Rob Penfold, and Phil Turner, Mitch Cole, Lachlan Andrews. So,
yes, so a couple of standout performances there.
Very much. Full formation lap here tonight sees these guys really get enough time to get these things in the window. What's your expectations tonight, Dave, of this Enduro, given the fact that there's no real threshold on when these guys have to stop? They've got 10 sets of tyres for the practice,
tires.
the quali, and the race. They've got plenty of tyres. Tyres aren't an issue.
Tyres not an issue. It'll be definitely a fuel race, or just a over-undercut race. You know, like these guys are always trying to play each other off for, you know, a pit stop. So, look, to be honest, I think it's just gonna be a sprint race for an hour. So.
Yeah, I have picked something up there though. That could be a server error because you can see inside the driver's names there's a 1 there, and I believe that they may have to. That may mean they have to make a stop, which we know they're going to have to anyway, right?
Well, they're going to have to anyway, J-Man. We've got an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, just a quick shout out to Jarks. He's just typed in, for the record, Jarks, it wasn't an Enduro, but I did race with COVID, mate. So you're going to have to come at us with a better excuse than that.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, 100 minutes, Louis. We've got a 100-minute race ahead of us. So, yeah, anyway, best wishes, Jarks, mate. I hope you get better soon.
Yeah, chin up, mate. Look forward to seeing you out on track for the next one, Jarkas. As the boys roll around for their formation lap, mate, this is definitely the business end of the season. It's been great so far, actually. The first 6 rounds were just epic, one after the other. There was a slow moment in the whole season so far, and
Louis just picked up on something.
What?
1 hour race time.
Yeah, 1 minute 40, 1 hour and 40 is
yeah,
100
no,
minutes.
we're good. Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, we're good. I was just looking. I was right.
He's not real good at. He's not real good at the math, Louis.
No,
But that's okay.
no. I was just there was a couple of things coming up on my screen, and I was like, wait, what? Is it not just the pit stop that's gone wrong here? Yeah, go the breakfast crew. Good call, Aaron. I believe with 3 cars inside the 10 for the breakfast crew. I'm not going to sell OES short here. They do have 2 cars inside the top 5.
For sure. And 777 with Jordan Moss and Falcon as well, just sitting there, 2 Porsches nose to tail. And we talked about it in qualifying. These guys roll together quite often, these 2 Porsches. It's very similar driving style, and no doubt use very similar, if not same sets as these boys start to form up as they come down the back. End of the circuit here, J-Man, a couple of little fiddly little hairpins to go through, but yeah, plenty of time for these guys to get everything sorted. Front row, we've got the usual suspects: Big Chan, Sam Carson, John McDonald, Shane Faraday. Taking out the 2nd row, 3rd row, Adam Falconer, Jordan Moss, then Stu, Steve Wilton, Vaughan Martin, Jeff Burst around in that top 10 as they come around this final corner.
Yeah, good looking formation up to about probably Steve Melling and whoever's beside him. It's a little bit delayed.
A couple of little tricky hairpins there for him to negotiate as the boys roll up to the line. This is round 7, first of the endurance rounds here, ladies and gentlemen. The drag race up to T1. Vic 10 had the jump. They're nearly 3 wide.
Drop through already.
Nearly 3 wide at the back. They're definitely 3 wide. We've got John McDonald up on the inside, and we've got Faraday on the outside. Carso hung out to dry there. John McDonald up on the inside. Falconer.
Yeah, and Faraday to take to the grass there.
Yeah, Falconer in battle with the new guys, Stu Aerosmith and Jordan Moss. Back a little bit. Look at we've got a bit of a spin in the background there, but
yeah, that was Cornelius.
That's Cornelius, and we've got Farmer.
Gone as well.
Farmer, like, really putting heaps of pressure on Jordan Moss at the moment as well.
Yeah, that's a Weepix McLaren there of Steve Walton, just really making a good start there.
Yeah, nice work. So a little bit of biff and barge in the back. No love lost in the mid-pack, that's for sure, J-Man, as usual.
So we'll try and get a feel here, guys, of what's going on. You could have opposing fuel loads. You could have guys going really, really heavy. How heavy is Vic? This is the closest we've seen somebody to Vic in the opening lap of any racing that we've had this season, and it is BC Racing's John McDonald just applying all the pressure on Vic Chan at the moment. Yeah, so
as the cameras are actually focused on Riley Price sneaking past
all up to the back of
past Farmer there with a bit of a hip and a shoulder.
Yeah,
there's plenty of action going on there. The battle
opens
at the
the door
front,
to Vaughan Martin as well.
The battle at the front is intense as they roll across the line. First lap. McDonald.
Oh, John, big under brakes. Big under brakes. He's lucky to pull that up there.
So start line position, drive through there for, who is that, J-Man?
It was one of the Penfolds.
So unfortunate.
I think it was Reese.
Unfortunate mistake there. Vic Chan realising the pressure that he's going to get from McDonald here. Surely he's just going to get his head down and knuckle in. A little back behind that, like just right behind it, is the Sam Carson, Shane Faraday battle now. Faraday wanting to probably run with his teammate there as much as possible, but like we've seen throughout the season, BMW not the quickest car in this field, the only BMW in this field, but Shane definitely pedals it well. In behind that, the new guy, Stu Aerosmith, and a couple of 777 now. We keep talking these guys up. Watch that space, people. That is Riley Price, actually, just tucked in behind Jordan Moss, J-Man, and now we saw him just, wiggle his way past Farmer there at the end of lap 1 with a bit of a hip and a shoulder. But
yeah, I think he was there. He was plenty enough up there.
Oh, definitely. But
it was a pretty smart move.
He's all over the back of Jordan already, and looking to put the move on straight away. You know how strong the McLarens are under brakes. We just see McDonald again as they run down the start-finish straight after the second lap. And again, McDonald right up behind Vic. And under brakes, we know what the McLaren can do. Look at this.
Yeah, he's right there. He's right there. He's looking comfy. So I'll be interested to see. We won't know until these guys, you know, shake down for their pits and this thing plays out as to what fuel loads they're running. But I'll tell you what.
As you can see, the boys just coming up on Steve Melling's car now. Melling's clearly been in the pits to do some repairs to that car. Got tangled up in that first lap incident. And now these boys are going to have to deal with lap traffic very early in the race, Jamie, which is unusual.
Yeah, and so that has cleared what is Steve-O's official pit stop, even though we weren't supposed to have any. We have, and they will get through them regardless. It is a 100-minute enduro, so just really watching Shane in the background of that shot there of Vic Chan and Steve Melling as they come up to Steve Melling, who gets well out the way. Yeah,
lets that battle ensue, and then right, it's not going to be long. He's going to have to pull over again here for Sam Carson and Shane Fratado in the BMW, because they are ranging up quickly, J-Man.
Very, very quickly. So just looking, it's now Adam Falconer starting to put a lot of heat. Apologies, it's still Shane on
it's Fratado and Carson. Yeah.
So
but really, and that's the boys just catching Steve Melling there in an awkward spot actually.
They have caught him in a
and then really Smith, probably the most awkward. He probably drew the stall there, just coming out of the final corner. Falconer now rounding it up. So yeah, unfortunate for Steve-O, but you know, this doesn't help his run. You know, his recovery doesn't either, because he's got to slow down so much to let the field through.
Yeah, he does.
Vic Chan, interesting to see. We have not seen anybody. I think we might have seen Carso take it to him a couple of times in the early stages throughout the sprint series in the first 6 rounds. But John McDonald definitely keeping him honest here, J-Man, after obviously what is only 3 laps, but yeah, interesting to watch.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Like, and you know, John looks comfy as well. I haven't sort of seen him sort of looking like he's driving outside of his comfort zone. I mean, he's certainly pushing deep into the brake zones to try and stay with that Lambo. So, you know, we've seen this will be a measured drive from Vic too. You know, like we saw him in the sprint series. He knows how to manage what he's got underneath him. But there's a great initial opening stint for John to keep Vic in that proximity. I think is a great job. I mean, Shane, you mentioned before Shane would like to go with his teammate. Just looking at the times, Vic set the precedent on a 44.6, John Boy on a 44.7. There is no one else in the field that has dropped into the 44s, so that is the class of the field at the moment is Vic Chan and John McDonald. However, Sam Carson on a 45.0 and Shane on a 45.2 aren't that far away.
No, definitely not. We will actually just quickly jump to a replay. Out of the helmet of Riley Price here. J-Man, if you just watch him, he's tucked in behind Jordan Moss here, but just watch the amount of opposite lock in this braking area here down here. They're just stuck under the little bridge there. Down the end here into this right-hander.
Yes, yep.
As he pedals that thing super hard to stay on the back of that Porsche there, J-Man.
Very, very hard.
Plenty of work going on there from Riley Price's car.
Yeah.
So
good battle. Kenny Simpson as well and Phil Turner. So this is a battle of the Pro-Ams, of the AMs, apologies. And those two, I've been watching those two just in the background off the main cam, and Kenny is really working over that Aston Martin. Sort of struggling to find somewhere to go, but is intense there.
Yeah. And obviously Kenny, ever the gentleman driver. He definitely doesn't like to ruffle any feathers, so you're not the one to just poke the nose up, is he, mate? He's definitely will just keep applying as much pressure as he thinks fit. and wait for that mistake, and then just scoop up the crumbs. So yeah, Kenny doing Kenny things there. Nice work. But yeah, top of the AM stuff there, J-Man, right there.
Yeah, and the other one also as well as a shout out to Rob Penfold and Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls is the leading AM car at the moment, and there's a little bit of an air gap between them at the moment. However, a couple of laps or a lap and a half ago, that was a lot closer. So I expect those two to battle on throughout this race, and I'll keep my eye on that and keep you posted, Davo, as to how that's shaping up. And obviously you got Cornelius, you've got Jeff Burse on the comeback after that early incident.
Yeah, so he's another one that's recovering from lap 1 incident, as is Steve Mellon. We probably want to just pop up and have a look at this Falconer.
That's what I just caught my big underbrakes made on Stu. Yeah.
So Falconer behind Stu there at the moment. And
thanks, Louis. Okay, have we got some issue with our audio? I'll just check to see if that's our end, Louis. Cheers for that.
Awesome stuff. Plenty on. Let's just check Sam Carson and Shane Fuddido before we just poke up the front and see what's going on up top with Rick Chan. Now, he has definitely put his head down there, J-Man. That car has come on to its own. Has McDonald pushed that tyre just that little bit too hard in those early phases? He's backed off a little bit, hasn't managed to stay in touch.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All good, Louis. Glad to see that hopefully you sorted your audio issues, mate, and you can enjoy this one, because I tell you what, this is just the start of it.
Yeah, and definitely.
It's only going to heat up, isn't it, Davo?
Oh, for sure. John McDonald, like we just mentioned, just eased back a little bit from Vic Chan. I think Vic Chan might have pulled out a little bit. But looking at the lap times, it is actually JB's last lap time. He's gone to a 44.4, and Vic was a 44.1. So,
3 tenths in it. Yep.
Yes, so it was that last. But the real battle actually is just this Sam Carson, Shane Fuddido, and we've really got to keep an eye on Riley Price. Now, Riley Price has made a mistake because he's dropped back and now is in the clutches of Steve Wilton.
I'm not sure what's happened there. Was that a readdress from Wilton there, because he's just got back through?
Riley was up behind Mossy there, making annoying Mossy end.
I just saw him repass Wilton, so I think he's gone that far back and then got back past Wilton.
And then he's come back past Wilton. So
and it's got Vaughan Martin's eyebrows raised as well.
Well, wouldn't it? What? So Vaughan Martin in one of the flurries, actually, I think Vaughan. Just tagged on behind, and we've seen how quick Ford is. He hasn't shown a hell of a lot of pace tonight so far, but definitely shown pace off and onto the series so far, J-Man. So one to watch, but his our eyes would have pricked there. Who have we got also coming up on my radar at the moment? Is that Phil Turner? No, it's not. It's the little battle going on behind, actually. It's Kenny Simpson. Nathan Wilson.
That one's still going on. I think this Wilton, Martin, Robinson battle will condense shortly as well, I think, and we know that
it was looking like it.
Yeah, we know Brad's a stout racer. Jeff Burse has actually made up to the back of Rob Penfold now, so look for Jeff to try and make good of that position shortly, because that's a Pro-Am racing up behind an AM. So, you'd expect him to try and put a move on there shortly as well.
For sure.
But as you mentioned, Kenny Simpson, once again, still going at it.
He was. It's still at it.
But that's actually with Nathan Wilson now. Before it was actually Phil Turner.
Yeah.
So
Wilson's car actually looks damaged there, Jamie. Is that the bonnet up on that Lamborghini there as well? So it's been into the wall.
It is.
Not looking the best. got to get up the pointy end again here because the action is aplenty. And Sam Carson and Fodado continue to go at it. That is Stu Aerosmith, the new guy. Welcome aboard again. But look, mate, he is definitely working his way up this field.
Yeah, just a smidge quicker than Shane that last round. Obviously, Shane's tucked in behind Jordan.
Yeah.
Sam Carson.
Sam Carson, but I don't think Sam's actually slowing him down. So
last lap round, he actually was the quickest car. So.
Oh, there you go. So, yeah, Carson just looks like he's got the pace. BMW hanging in there. And Stu Aerosmith wanting to get in on the parties and soon.
Yeah, welcome to Asrnz, Stu. You are certainly representing well. I think he formerly did a fair bit of racing at LFM, and yeah, he's looking all classed out there. Currently running P5 early on in this 100-minute enduro here.
No worries at all.
Yeah, he's looks well at home.
Definitely joined the fastest group.
Yeah, for sure.
On the first night. What's flat on my screen here? Nathan Wilson, Phil Turner, and Kenny Simpson.
Yeah, all bunched up. So that's Nathan Wilson's moving forward because he actually just passed Phil Turner.
Okay, so Kenny caught him as well. So I just wonder whether Phil's made a little bit of a mistake. It's just brought him back. Because Kenny's thinking, I need to chase that Lamborghini. You want to get past Phil pretty quick start.
So as you were, I'll just keep you up to date that just watching Shane at the moment, just had a couple of wiggles off a couple of the corners, and that's really created some interest from Stu at the moment as well. So Shane's just fallen a little bit off the back of car, so not too much, but
well, he's had plenty to concentrate on with Stu gaining quickly behind as we just see Kenny slipping past Phil Turner.
He got the job done there.
We'll just get back up to the pointy end here a little bit. Adam Falconer and Jordan Moss, these teammates, two Porsches now together, nose to tail. That's Riley Price in the background. Lights ablaze on the chase. He's been a bit back and forth. He was right behind Mossy there earlier in the race, only a few laps ago now, and has sort of just toed and froed a little bit, but on the march.
Yeah, John McDonald responding up the front to Vic Chan as well. He was, albeit it was only a 10th, but he was a 10th quicker that last lap round. So, Vic's built a nice 2.3 second lead, but he's got to keep building on it. As I just see Stu really incentivized at the moment, just getting the back of that car sideways, just a little bit on acceleration, because he can see how close he is now to Shane. There's a real opportunity coming there. You know, we haven't talked too much about strategy here tonight because, to be honest, Davo, you and I haven't got a clue of what these boys are going to do.
No, we haven't actually had much of a clue all season. We just knew that the tyres were going to be an issue. We just didn't know what the hell they were going to do with the issue. So.
Yeah.
But it's been great to watch, and definitely entertaining on track as we saw the boys change it up as we're just out of the front of Stu Aerosmith's car and just seeing him work hard to stay on the back of that BMW. But strategies, oh God, who knows? Look, there's definitely no problem with tyres. It's all about, I suppose, the fuel loads, isn't it? And just trying to sync it with whatever the battle you're fighting is at the time. Interesting stuff. I'm sure it's very much a sliding scale for these guys, depending on where they are on track and who they're fighting with.
Yeah, well, the pace is hot. Like, I mean, these guys, the front six, maybe even 7, to be honest, are still 8. No, I'm going to say the top 10, top 9 are still, any lap, have the ability to punch these 144s. You know, Vic last lap round 44.5,
Yep.
John
Yep.
McDonald 44.8, Carso 44.9, Faraday 44.7, Aerosmith 44.8, Falconer 44.5, matching basically Vic Chan there. And then you go Jordan Moss 45.0, 45.0 for Price, Wilton 45.0. There's nothing in it between the class racing here, you know, where they are on track. Obviously, it's a little bit dictated by the car in front, or maybe where they're at. Yeah. So, but 100%, like, they're still going fast. I'm going to say my call from up here is I think you're going to have a number of these guys looking towards the 60-minute mark. And then we might see a bit of movement, but at the moment she's just status quo. Was are out there, not so much follow the leader, but you know, they're certainly be keeping this pace up to try and pressure a mistake.
Well, we're not actually seeing, you know, like as we saw in the sprint series, where some of the battles were so bunched up. You know, the guys were slowing themselves, you know, each other down. And then potentially there could be a mistake, there could be damage, you know, there will damage to your race. And guys were just getting out and getting into the pits, weren't they?
Yes.
And, you know, and well, just looking at it tonight so far, there's a little bit of a spread, there's a bit of a gap, you know, there's that little bit of wiggle room. There's not so much pressure to, you know, to sort of, you know, replicate that scenario. So, yeah,
I think
these guys just, I think they're just biding their time. Like I said, I think the strategy would be very much a sliding scale at the moment, you know, like depending on where they're sitting on track and who they're fighting with. And we would expect response, wouldn't we? If like one guy goes in, you know, like if the leader goes, you'd expect maybe John McDonald just to follow him, or, you know, go for the exact opposite and go to the undercut. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think at the moment as well, you know, 25 degrees with ambient with 34 track. Conditions at optimum, probably pretty a little higher than maybe some of the guys might practice on, but not too far off it. You know, no. They talk about 22 being the optimum. So deg wise, I don't think the guys are having a lot of deg issues at the moment. That much at the moment. I think identifying when that fall off comes and then going, you know, we talked about the undercut or the overcut in the sprint series. It seemed like the undercut was very effective in the last couple of rounds. I think it'll be potentially less here, depending on when these guys decide to, you know, like if somebody decides to really press on and go for the long run and have a fresh tyre home, it might hurt them on that track position if somebody identifies it at the 50 or 60 minute mark and goes and, you know, as opposed to someone going at 80 and then maybe losing 2.5 seconds a lap for, you know, eight laps or something. So we'll obviously see that once it shakes out. But at the moment, I think from what I'm seeing up and down the field, it's all pretty calculated at the moment. You know, when I look at these margins, obviously 3.4 seconds P1 to P2. But then when I look at a lot of these other margins, you've got 1.2 from Shane to Stu, 1.3 from Moss to Falconer.
It starts to show, doesn't it? You know, it's
another 1.2 to Price, under a second to Wilton. So I think these guys are just settling in at the moment.
Yeah. Yes, plenty. Still more to pay for. A little under 80 minutes to go. Still a J-man.
Yeah, so plenty of time to go, which is also plenty of time to make a mistake or plenty of time to set someone up. So Farmer still just looking at Steve Wilton, still looking up the road at Pricey. And, you know, that's just staying pretty static at the moment. So it kind of tells me that, you know, Pricey has a big wiggle there coming out of the right-hander.
Yeah, Pricey's been looking pretty spicy the whole race, actually. I just wonder whether he's just taken the edge off that tyre a little bit too much, and he's definitely backed away from the Porsches, you know. We see him a long way back from where he was, and I just wonder whether that tyre's not exactly where he wants it at the moment. Yeah,
and, you know, even the likes of Stu at the moment, you know, Stu was a lot closer, really hustling behind Shane Fodderdo. Obviously, he's not a mile off at the moment, but he's certainly quite a way off compared to what he was. Is this a chance to sort of go, righto, I did have the pace to run with him. I'll let this tyre cool down a little bit. You know, just cool it off down, because we know that this tyre doesn't respond well to being abused, and it takes a fair bit to get it back in the window. So
yeah.
Maybe a time to reset. Maybe we're looking at that reset time at the moment for a lot of these boys. Although, having said that, after that little wiggle from Pricey, Farmer is well and truly looking for some credit here.
Yeah. And yeah, look, and I must say that Farmer is on point tonight. It's good pace.
Very good pace.
The car looks solid. So I think he's very focused tonight, J-Man.
Yeah,
and I could, you know, I almost think that he could take it to Riley here in the next few laps if Riley continues to, you know, struggle with that tyre, or, you know, his concentration, or whatever's just, you know, slowing him there, clearly slowing him there at the moment. So, Riley goes very well wide.
See, he was flying the whole way through there. Now he's going to be, he's going to call it.
Oh, there you go, in the pits.
Right, I'll ride in there with him and see how that looks.
Okay. So, Riley Price in the...
Yeah, very clean.
First of the unforced pit stops, I'd say, J-Man. Would that be right?
Yeah, like he was wide of the mark. He was wide of the mark when he came into that second to last left-hander.
No, but I mean, like we saw Melling and maybe another car come in early due to damage, possibly, and
yeah, I think I would think that that's very spontaneous. He's got caught wide coming down there. He's ended up out there. Maybe thought, look, I'm probably going to lose this position to Wilton.
Make the most of it and let's go.
Yeah, you know, opportunity for an undercut now. Go and get on a fresh tyre, smash some laps.
Yeah.
Maybe sucker Wilton into trying to cover off the undercut, and then you're back in racing. Technically, he may come out with track position again and then reset and go again. You know, it's hard to say.
No, it is hard to say, but Wilton's probably breathing a sigh of relief that he doesn't have to deal with Riley, because now he's actually got Brad Robbins to deal with.
Yeah.
And Brad Robbins, it doesn't look like he has any traction issues.
No,
and we know what Brad's capable of as he runs down the outside.
He's let him go. He's just let him go. He doesn't want a part of it.
And look, I know Steve would understand the just the talent from Brad was always going to get him. It's only a matter of time. So just get it done and we can carry on.
Yeah, not a great lap last round, one round from John McDonald, but I also just want to note the 45.2 that he ran, Vic ran a 44.9, so it's probably one of the slower laps that I've seen Vic run this race so far.
So. Yeah. That was last lap, but like I said, McDonald, were they in traffic there, Jamie?
I don't believe so. Riley Price with the drive-throughs. I didn't pick up on what happened there because it didn't look like he sped to me, unless he released the pit limiter early on the exit, because he looked very, very calculated on the way in.
Okay, so Price, yes, we're like we all caught on the stream there just earlier, into the pits, but has received the drive-through. That is painful. He will be kicking himself, J-Man.
Yeah.
That is not ideal.
No, that isn't ideal, and he'll come straight in and take his paint straight away, get that done. He'll need to get this thing down to the correct speed. He's run very, very wide. He's got a bit of red mist. He got it down to speed. So I'll just keep my eyes on that. You look like...
Well, we were just having a bit of a sticky beak at Vic Chan. We don't get to see Vic Chan much because he's so far in front that he's in our Wi-Fi doesn't reach Vic's car, so we just can't even get a camera on him. But
good to see the new war paint. Yep.
Yeah, good war paint. New Enduro skin for the Lamborghini. But yeah, Vic doing big things as usual as he just rolls out with Riley Price just tucking him up. That is John McDonald in the first of the BC crew cars. yeah, it's hanging in there. But, yeah, like you said, the laps are a bit to and fro, aren't they, J-Man?
Well, I'm just wondering now.
So
yeah, we're seeing a lot more 45s now from those front runners. So is the dig really starting to come into play now?
To show, yeah.
Stu's under a lot of pressure now from Jordan Moss. So that, we often hear the boys talking about the Porsches not being really friendly on the tyre, but maybe these guys have got this thing pretty hooked up tonight because, yeah, he certainly, Mossy was one of the quicker cars around last lap round on a 44.7, which is only a 10th off his PB.
Yeah.
This far, 16 laps into the race is a pretty good effort on the fall off. So tucked up in behind Stu Arrowsmith at the moment for P7. Where does that? Like we saw Brad Robertson also being released out of any form of traffic with obviously Farmer letting him go before, and he sort of just stretched his legs out a little bit there.
Yep. So who's missing out of that equation is Adam Falconer, who's actually just ducked in the pits.
Yep.
So that was the car missing out of that little group there. But yeah, Stu just staying in front of those Porsches, really just holding his own there. He's got a sort of a relatively clear bit of track, and he's got a carrot to chase of Farado's BMW. So he's just got his head down there, staying focused, no mistake. Oh, it's Moss.
Oh, Mossy, big under brakes.
Huge under up behind.
Yeah, showing plenty of intent.
So we run down into 2 here. Nice complex of corners, this downhill, big elevation chain, fast run out of that one, and the down to this frighteningly fast off camber blind chase into the right hander.
Yeah, easy to get a cut out there. So one something we haven't talked about tonight is the track cuts, and I did talk to a couple of the drivers early in the week and saying that some of the simulated race runs there was a lot of track cuts. So yeah, that'll be something to think about tonight.
Yeah, definitely. As we just get the cameras back over again to Nathan Wilson and Kenny Simpson, still at it. They've toed and froed. There's been cars amongst them, between them, around them, back and front. But these two guys, it's inseparable, J-Man.
Yeah, having a really, really good battle, these two. So obviously Nathan runs out of the Pro-Am class and Kenny's out of the Am class. And tell you what, Kenny's making a good fist of it tonight, as we just see that Lambo just get really funny kick coming, off the curb there. So
yeah, really upset it. It didn't look pretty at all.
Yeah, having to use a lot of track too. Kenny looking really, really inspired at the moment to try and make something of this as well. So I'm in cockpit with Kenny at the moment, and the intensity. I see the cam picked up on Jordan Moss and Stu Arrowsmith, because that is heating up that battle as well for P5 and 6. And that battle up in front of them.
Carso Farado is the next battle in front.
Yeah, so they're still very much in touch with those two boys too. You know, they're effectively on the same stretch of road.
Yeah, I just, like I mentioned earlier, I just don't think that BMW's got that the measure to get past Carson's Xbox McLaren. J-Man, he's just hanging there. He's just chasing him, you know, like, and it's a bit of a different story when you come back one group there, back to this one that we're watching here. Jordan Moss, Stu Arrowsmith, and that looks like that could go either way. We know how solid those Porsches can be, but these guys driving very measured races at the moment. They're not really taking many risks up the front here, J-Man. I haven't seen anybody really take a good hard dive.
I just got some data in, Davo. Just want to if you can just jump up onto Riley Price at the moment as well. Sorry to break you away from that little
he's
segment.
in behind. He's in behind Vic Chan.
he's got a new tyre on after that pit stop. Currently running last lap round was a 45.3, but prior to that, his best lap was the lap before was a 44.3.
Yeah.
Versus Vic was in the 45, so that's why he's there. He's there on legit pace. Obviously, he is,
and he's holding Vic Chan at the moment. That's why.
He's obviously down because of the drive-through and the official pit stop, but nonetheless, that car's got pace to try and unlap itself effectively.
Well, that would be the goal, wouldn't it, mate? He's only that one car down.
Yep, he's looking for a self-lucky dog here.
Yeah. And it's only a matter of time. Oh, there you go. So, and there it is. There is the lucky dog, J-Man.
That's it. So I just saw the dark.
There is a rare mistake from Vic Chan. We don't often see that.
No, we don't often see that.
It just helps you understand that this guy is still human. He does make mistakes. But,
yeah, not many, but yeah, it's always good to be there in case it does happen. But yeah, so that was an interesting. It was flashing up, and I was like, why is this? Yeah, as we see once again, Pricey's really struggling with that left-hander though.
Yeah, and it just looked like actually Vic Chan struggling a little bit there, even after Pricey's got past him there. So I just wonder whether he's ready for a pit stop. We're not even 40 minutes into this race.
Who was that? I just saw peel off into the pits there. Phil Turner's in. Adam Falconer's. Where is Adam Falconer? We lost Adam.
Totally lost Adam.
Lost Reese. Lost Lachlan. So we've got a bit of a battle of attrition here tonight, boys.
Okay, yeah, we have lost a couple. Falconer's out, Reese is out, Lachlan Andrews is out.
Yeah, so that margin from McDonald to Chan went from over 5 seconds back to 3 points. Give me another split here, 3.6. So already this lap, it's already gone from 3.9 to 3.6. So Vic may be running into a bit of dig. I almost felt like for a second there, Davo, about Dirk, what you blokes do to me when I'm in the driver's seat and going and grabbing him and getting him to call a lap, but I think now's not the time.
Probably not, but yeah, isn't that interesting to see the way the dag on that Lamborghini, or the way Vic drives it possibly. It's like flicking a switch, you know, like he was, you know, cutting reasonable times and still the quickest guy on track, and then all of a sudden the thing's got nothing. So yeah, interesting to watch. As we just were out of the front of Jordan Moss's car, seen him work hard at the wheel in the Commodore 64 Porsche. Nice, beautiful livery there. Jordan Moss, one of the 777 boys. So yeah, Vic Chan would be seriously thinking about getting into pits, wouldn't he?
Yeah, although he's just sort of stabilised at 5.5, plays a 5.5 for McDonald, so he's just sort of tidied that up and pulled that gap back out to 3.9. So maybe just got the tyre in a bit of a situation there, and he just needed to back out of it. But yeah, we'll keep our eye on him, and he sort of just bridged the gap back to Pricey a little bit there. So
well, that little bit of pressure when Price came out behind him on the green tyre, he really did get on the back of him. I'm sure Vic, always the racer, would have just wanted to race him, you know, and it wasn't really his race. The guy was a lap down. He didn't really need to. And you just wonder at this stage of the race whether that was just, like you said, got it into a situation that he wasn't happy with. And it does look to have equalised a little bit now. The car looking a lot tidier on track than it did in the last lap and a half.
Yeah, just wonder whether some of these guys have pressed, you know, I mentioned earlier the guys are running in the 44s quite happily there, 16 laps in. We're 21 laps in now. A lot more guys not happy to run in the 44s now. Not many guys at all, if any, running in the 44s, to be honest, other than other than that 44.3 that I saw Pricey poke out before.
Yeah, no surprise, is it really?
Obviously on a fresh tyre.
Yeah.
But so obviously we're seeing the times really fall off to those mid 45s now.
Yeah.
The guys have smashed 21 laps on this 4.3 kilometre circuit. So yeah, the dig has definitely come into play as we look to
So do you think
into the last 60?
Yeah. Okay, so we're just heading into the last 60. Do you think these guys are aiming for that halfway mark? You know, are we going to just see this flurry of pit stops? You know, like we've seen, obviously, first endurance round for the year, for the season, should I say, but in the sprint series, we saw pit stops all over the place, haven't we, J-Man? Right at the beginning, right at the end, right in the middle. We just couldn't pick it, but do you think we're going to see like a clear mid-race, you know, like flurry at the pit stops? Surely these guys are going to want to run long or whatever. Yeah,
I'm thinking like we're far enough through to say that it's the one-stop strategy is what these guys are looking at. So they're going to split this thing in half. So I guess it's, other than the likes of Pricey that went in early, Pricey could be on a two-stopper here, and we'll see what that does for him. Obviously, the drive-through wouldn't have helped, so we probably won't get the full effect of what a two-stopper looked like performance-wise. However, I think the majority of the field are looking for a 50-50 split.
For sure. And as you mentioned, Pricey, we just get back on Vic Chan's car, and if you look just behind, Pricey's actually just wriggled up behind him again.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
It looks like... Oh, I thought Vic was going to come in there. But no. He'd want to run at least another... Oh, look, what are we looking at? 10 minutes?
Yeah, I
think...
To
get that halfway mark?
Somewhere in there, you know. One thing to consider as well, to the viewers at home and to you and I, Davo, is this race, 100-minute race, it is time scaled ×2. So given the fact we started at midday, we're not halfway through yet, and it's already 1:30. So expect these guys to be doing their final laps at, probably one of the hottest parts of the day. The track is stable. It's 25 and 34, so it's not too shabby, but I expect it to heat up a little bit.
Without a doubt, J-Man, as we just see Stu Arrowsmith and Jordan Moss start to range up on a lap vehicle here. It's the Bear Grylls Ferrari.
Yep. Stu gets him at a good time. So does Jordan, actually.
That's good. That was
good bit of driving from Bear.
Yep. So spot on. Yeah, nice work from Bear. Actually saw the boys coming and did pick a very nice spot there.
He did.
Not always the easiest thing to do, and certain tracks are a lot harder than others. But nice work from all involved there. Kept it pretty clean. The battle ensues. Let's get up the point. Let's just see how Vic's going. What was his last lap? 45.6, J-Man.
Yeah.
To John McDonald's 45.7.
Yep.
Riley Price, though, 47.3.
Yeah, so probably the ones that, at the moment, like, I feel like there's an opportunity for track position now for the likes of Mossy and Stu and that at the moment. Obviously Mossy 45.2 last lap round. Maybe, albeit it's probably 8 to 10 minutes early, maybe coming in now, bolting on that fresh tyre. If Vic decides to press on for a fair bit longer, these guys can pump back down into the low 44s.
Yep.
You might make some track position. You're obviously going to pay a price for it at the back end of the race, but I don't know. I'd sacrifice the tyre at the end for track position, I think. It's I don't think there'll be a lot in it.
Well, we say that now, J-Man, but we know how things can ramp up at the end of these races.
Hey, it doesn't matter whether it's 40 minutes, 100 minutes, or maybe 200 minutes. These guys always leave it to the last 6 minutes.
Oh, mate, don't they what? no matter the tyre they're on. So
my telemetry is telling me that Sam Carson is making reasonable inroads every lap on John McDonald. So John's going to have some company shortly from Carso. So I think if Carso gets to McDonald, McDonald's got to stop.
Well, you know, McDonald will be looking at that data as well, J-Man. He will be looking at those gaps and those splits. He'll know Carso's coming. I think McDonald actually pushed his tyre quite hard
with Vic at the start.
And although very smooth driver and has kept it in good position, I think he would be suffering. Now, where's that? What do those two last lap times look? Actually, McDonald doing pretty well there with a 45.7, Carso with a 46.0.
Yeah.
So McDonald still with his measure and responding there a little bit. J-Man. 45.0 for Vic Chan on his last run through, and
that's a good lap.
Yeah, 40. I actually miscalled Riley Price's lap time earlier. It was actually a 44.7. So, Riley, when he's not making mistakes, is very handy at the moment, and definitely staying in touch with Vic Chan, albeit as a back marker. And a lap down again because Vic's in front of him. Is that right? I think Vic is in front of him.
Yeah, probably. Yep. So something else to consider at 25 laps into this 100-minute race with 55 minutes to go is 3 cuts. The fourth one, we're talking about track limits here, is a drive-through. And, I've been watching, so have you, Davo. I've seen plenty of these guys absolutely push the limits of the track limits here tonight. So that could be a real factor for the final half of this race.
Exactly. And
McDonald
we haven't seen the pit stops and Carson in. Pit stops create problems or potential mistakes, and
so that bumps Fodeno up to P2 after McDonald and Carso come in the lane. Stu Arrowsmith now, he'll take third position. Yep.
I'm just going to stick on McDonald's car there for a sec, J-Man. And
yeah, copy that, mate. All good.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm really surprised to see Carso come in with McDonald. Oh, and Carso has to back the car up, so John McDonald's going to win the battle on pit road. I can tell you that now. It's less than ideal. Carso will be kicking himself over that one. Because what that does is it also means if anybody decides to try and negate the undercut that Carso's doing on him, the likes of Brad Robinson, Jordan Moss, Stu Arrowsmith, if they have a clean stop, they're very much in play down to turn 1 here. So
McDonald out,
yeah. So McDonald out. Carso be gutted. He just lost a lot of time there.
Yeah, because look at it. Actually, visually on screen there, you can't even see Carson's ground in the camera. Carson's car, should I say? In the camera shot.
From back of McDonald's.
Oh wow, that's a big loss, J-Man. And
I said, he's now vulnerable to Shane, Stu, and Jordan effectively.
Yeah, as the pit stop shakeout, absolutely. You know it. We'll just pick up quickly on Nathan Wilson, Kenny Simpson. Sorry. Shane Fodeno and Stu Arrowsmith.
Yeah, so like I said, these guys coming in.
Now, Fodeno is one we're going to watch here, isn't it? Because you think Carso's going to lose out to him, don't we?
Yeah, possibly not Stu, but certainly Shane will be, I think,
or
thereabouts.
Yeah, Shane, yeah.
So, I mean, depending on how bad it was, he could be really under threat from Stu Arrowsmith as well, so...
quite possibly. Where is
Stu stopped it on the marks, mate. Bang on. So I didn't see Shane's, but Stu certainly stopped it.
So down the back end of the circuit here, into the second last hairpin.
Yeah, you stay with him, and I'll let you know when Shane's off the blocks. He's on his way
Shane's
out.
off the blocks. He's got this. Fodado past the pit entry. Should I say Carso past the pit entry, rounding the final corner out onto the front straight. J-Man,
Shane on the gas. He can see McDonald,
and he is easily out. And here we go. In behind, Asrnz tucks in behind.
Yeah, really close.
Very close. That was close, actually, J-Man.
It was very close. So good net gain there from Shane, but also net gain for Stu because the proximity to Carso now is, well, you can see he's right there. So
yeah,
not much in tie performance. There's only a lap difference between who goes to. Vic Chan goes to the pit lane.
Okay, look, I actually expected this a little bit earlier, but you know, after looking at it and talking about it a bit longer, you know, like it sort of makes sense down to this 50-minute to go mark. Makes way more sense. It's almost right on halfway. Wilton also in the pits, J-Man.
I've got question marks over Wilton's entry. I've said it before.
Wilton pushing the limits.
Yeah, very, very tight.
always pushing the limits. As we watch Fodado running around with a big gap now on Carson. Who's now in 8th position. Asrnz looks like, I don't know. Asrnz has shown such good form already tonight.
Chan about to release the limiter. He's on the gas, covers off John McDonald's potential undercut, no problem there.
Yeah, well, that was sort of on the cards as we just pick up on Wilton's card, just dropping off the blocks here, J-Man. Just see him as he trundles out here. Hopefully we don't see a drive-through tag come up beside his name.
No problem there.
Mate, it's straight through by the skin of his teeth. Nice work, Farmer. Vaughan Martin, we could also see in the pits there, Rob Penfold, and I think that was Mitchy Cole as well, maybe in there. Yes, Mitch Cole with a bit of damage on his car, actually. Looks like it might be in there for a little stint.
Mossy doing a great job out there in first position at the moment, because I can tell you now, he just lapped a 44.9 the last lap. A 45.4 that one, but the lap before will serve him well because that was a good lap.
So no pressure front or behind from Jordan, and has really held his own. Stuck in I don't know, what was he sitting in, about 6th position there most of the race. Really good work. Falconer dropped back a little bit, just around about the hour mark.
Yep.
But Geordie really showing a clean set of heels tonight. A J-Man for the first Enduro here at Hungaroring. Oh God, he'll be loving this. He'll knuckle down here, won't he? He'll really want to just hit his marks here and keep that car in a really nice, smooth, straight line.
Yep. Nice clean stop for Rob Penfold there too.
So, as we expected, a flurry of pit stops. I think we've only got about 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe about 4 guys left to go in. Jordan Moss, Brad Robinson, Nathan Wilson, Kenny Simpson. Vic Tan immediately showing pace, well up on his time car, so also well up on his lap times. As we just follow Geordie round for the last couple of corners in this lap here. Does he stop? You would expect so, J-Man Mo. He stays out. He's good, clean set of heels here tonight. Like I said, a lot of these drivers, you know, really driving a measured race, you know, no heroics.
Yes, they're still hovering around those mid-45s, 45.6 there, so his dig fall off is 1 second from his best to his to his worst. So yeah, second over 30 laps is nothing to holler at. Brad Robinson in the lane. So Brad coming out of P2. This will relinquish P2 to Vic when he comes through.
Yep.
Vic's tucked up in behind the Corny's car of Jeff Burst at the moment. Jeff's just staying wide. They're going to let him go. So Vic gets through there, and that will release him up into behind Rob Penfold, who hasn't made his stop also. So, and I think that's Kenny Simpson leaving the lane too. So Kenny Simpson on his way out. Brad Robinson still in the lane. Jordan Moss still out there circulating. What's the gap? 32.8 seconds to Vic.
No.
Yeah.
What did he need about? He needs about 50, doesn't he? Maybe more.
It'd definitely be in the high 30s to low 40s. I think so. No stress there. Brad Robinson out the lane, comes out behind, I think, Farmer.
Yeah, that is Steve Wilton's Weebex BC Racing McLaren. Nice work, actually, because I think he had let Brad go earlier in the race, Jamin. Yes. I think we actually picked that up.
Mossy in the lane. I'm just going to watch his speed here. Very calculated. Quite safe, in fact.
So, Mossy in. That just leaves Nathan Wilson, who I think was Wilson.
No, Nathan Wilson's in. He came out really close to Garso, remember?
Okay, now he's got a damaged car.
Oh, sorry, apologies. Nathan Wilson is the guy to come in.
Yeah, so he's in.
I'm just looking at, remember we said before about, Mossy, is that too far?
No, it looked okay. Oh, it's not on the jacks.
I didn't see it go up because Jordan Moss is very much in play here, remember, with the likes of Sam Carson, who...
And Stu Arrowsmith. He was right in amongst that, so... Although graphically that car did not look like it went up in the air, let's just keep our fingers crossed for Jordan Moss. It definitely dropped off the jacks, so... And he's right at the pointy end of that pit lane, gets out nicely.
Gets out between, who's he got out between? He's got out between, looks like...
Oh, that's Arrowsmith in front of him.
Arrowsmith and Wilton, is it? Yes, so Steve Wilton doing a good job. 7th outright at the moment.
Okay, so he's pretty well come out in position there, I think, Jordy.
Garso? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan Moss, sorry. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, no net gains or losses there. I think for those three drivers, Carso, Arrowsmith and Moss, J-Man, it's actually pretty much status quo. Vic Tan, John McDonald, Faraday, Carso, Arrowsmith, Jordan Moss, Wilton, Brad
Shane
Roberts.
Faraday just had a huge moment through the chicane.
Oh, is it worthy of replay?
Absolutely.
Let's have a look. So Faraday comes up out of the right hand into the chicane. Brutal ripple strips here.
Yes, a bit much curb or a bit much grass on entry, something. No, it must be in the middle.
Yeah, it's the next big chicane.
The next big one.
Big wriggle there. I think J-Man, yes.
Yeah, just a bit of a tank slapper. He caught it though, he gathered it up and then, okay, so it looked worse in car.
Yeah, there's plenty of opposite lock I bet from in car. But yeah, pretty much status quo, apart from Wilton and Robinson, trading positions a little bit in 7th and 8th. It's been pretty much status quo for the top 6. And Vaughan Martin, I suppose, Riley Price is probably the only one that's really dropped back, J-Man. We saw him really struggle with his tyre there about a third of the way through the race. And he really hasn't recovered from it yet. Back in 10th, but we know the pace is there. He's got the pace. The car's fast.
Yeah, he's got the pace. Big shout out to Kenny Simpson and the number 70. Porsche there. He's currently running P11, first of the AMs, and you know he's had good battles with Phil Turner and
well, he's with Nathan Wilson as well.
Jinxed him there. I don't know what's going on with Kenny there.
I think he moved over to let one of the boys through there, J-Man, but
the leaders, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Nathan's still in the pit.
Lucky he doesn't get a drive-through out here.
Badly damaged car.
Yep.
So yeah, I think he was actually thought Burst might be a leader there. So I think he's let.
Yeah, and he's actually given him the spot.
Yeah, he's let McDonald through and then Burst through. So yeah, like we have mentioned, ever the gentleman, Kenny Simpson. Let the boys.
He needs to do a better job of this. He could be going a lot faster, and these guys will find their way through.
Yeah.
Because that's just cost them that position, that P11.
Yeah.
And I believe that car there, Rob Penfold, he's let Rob go.
He's let Rob go as well.
And
so it'll take him a little while to get that rhythm back. He'll work out where he's sitting, and he'll probably understand what he's just done and go back fighting for those two positions, I'd say, J-Man.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, so Carso still got eyes up the road on Fodado, and I legitimately think that's going to be one that's not resolved yet.
The Carso Fodado battle.
No, I've just seen that the BMW of Shane. We know how good a driver he is, but I've just seen it a couple of times look super nervous. He's had to gather it up, and given the fact that thing's not long had a fresh tyre put on it, I'm surprised. So Brad Robinson all over the back of Farmer at the moment too, Davo.
Yeah, well, yeah, look, yeah, we expected that, absolutely, but one battle to keep an eye on, absolutely there, the Fodado Carso battle, as Brad Robinson back, just monstering the back of Wilson's McLaren.
So I think Farmer's car's better in the longer part of the run. I think what we saw is Brad Robinson's car was just electric, you know, on a new tyre, and I think we're seeing that again. The car is really hooked. He's got plenty to work with. And Farmer's car maybe a little bit more neutral balance.
Well, it's better at the end of the stint, isn't it? It just runs longer on its tyre, and it's probably down to
engineering.
Yep. Well, engineering and Farmer's driving style at the moment, because he just looks so focused tonight, J-Man.
He's pretty smooth. He's pretty smooth.
He's keeping it really smooth. This guy got credentials. Go-kart champion, this man. He knows.
Yeah, see, look at Farmer's
he's going to let him go again.
He's potentially going to let him go again, yep.
Doesn't want the fight. I suppose Farmer pretty well out of the series points-wise. But you think he'd still fight for the Enduro series, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Brad Robinson.
But is this the ploy, though? We saw him do this in stint 1. Is this the ploy? Let Brad go out and smash his tyres. Farmer will just do consistent laps and then take him at the end of the stint.
Take him anyway. Look, we've got to get back to Fodado and Carso. They're just coming up through some lap cars here. This always creates a little bit of an issue. Not the easiest, and quite a lot of, you know, back and forward corners through the back section of the track can be quite difficult to get past these guys. So who draws the short straw that time? I'd say Carso there, as they just come past Cornelius in the Cornflakes Jeff Burr's car. Yep. So Carso probably lost a little bit of ground there. That is Stu Aerosmith, actually probably back a little bit further than what I would have thought initially, and we still got to keep an eye on Jordan Moss.
Jordan Moss, right in behind him,
right in behind him. Still over. Oh, look, we've got over 30 minutes to go. It's 37, more than 37 minutes to go, J-Man. There's plenty of racing to go on yet here.
Kenny, all over the back of Rob Penfold again, has probably realised the mistake he made and wants that spot back.
Yeah, well, that's what I reckon. I think he just he probably started looking at his little leaderboardy thing there and just went, oh, shit. I'll just let two guys go. Okay, well, let's work this one over first. I think, Kenny's got Rob's measure no problem on the right day. Nathan was the other guy that he's been racing with now. Nathan's actually had a damaged Lamborghini. He looks like he's dropped out. So another...
Yeah.
Hungaroring claims another victim, J-Man. So Kenny's... I suppose this is pretty well where Kenny's radar it will be focused now. Jeff Burst wasn't too far in front of him, remembering. Jeff Burst was one of the guys that snuck past him. So
that was the first guy let through.
They let through, yeah. So yeah, definitely Kenny could potentially get 2 positions back, which would put him in 11th position. He's got over 35 minutes to go. Anything could happen, as we just see Penfold just missed that chicane badly.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Just seen contact with Jeff Burst and Jordan Moss. As Mossy was rounding up Jeffro, he's just... Something's gone astray there, and it's fenced Jeffro.
Oh, that's no good. Mossy comes through unscathed. Fortunately for Jordan Moss, actually, in 6th position.
That's unfortunate.
So basically, like Geordie's in 6th, and Jeff's in 13th, and is a lapped car.
Yep.
Now, remembering...
Kenny got the move done. Kenny gets it done. Comfortably. Sorry, Dave. Sorry, I just picked up on that.
Yeah, just remembering Jeff Burst was one of the cars that went out in the lap 1 incident, as did Steve Melling. So, yeah, a lap down and not that many positions behind. So,
yeah. Good camera work there from our cam, Davo. Well done to pick up on that replay. Kenny just firing it down the inside. I think Rob maybe just got a little wide there.
A little bit,
yeah. So, yeah, great work there. As I just, so you're right. Mossy, right there. Jeez, he's right there on Stu now, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah, no mucking around. So it's business time, and it's getting down. We're 34 minutes or so to go. These guys starting to set up for this run towards the end. About 1/3 of the race to go there, J-Man.
Yeah, okay. So Carso's he's still got Slambo right there. Stu's got a mirror full of Mossy.
Stu's definitely got a mirror full of Mossy, and I just wonder whether Stu's come back to him, because just remembering that, like we just saw, Mossy just came into contact with Jeff Burst, unfortunately, and you would think he would have lost some ground from that, but he seems to have gained something from it. So I'm just wondering whether Stu's come back to him there a little bit. But
Burst has pulled the pin after that one as well.
Oh, is that right? There you go. So damage on the Burst car.
Physically and mentally.
Quite possibly. The Fodder Carson battle, J-Man, we keep talking about. It's just the rubber bands between these guys. You know, they get close and then they move apart again. I could just see this ramping up before the end of the race. Asrnz, Moss, the same deal. Very close together at the moment. Definitely one to keep an eye on. We might just keep the cameras on this for a little bit. Just watch the work out of... Might actually get out the helmet of Jordan Moss.
Jordan Moss, yeah, because he's a busy boy in there at the moment.
Let's just do a lap with Geordie as they come up on a lap car. I think this might be Bear Grylls.
Yep.
Running a default Ferrari on the stream tonight.
Yeah, no sponsors there.
No sponsors on this one. I think
does a good job just to get out the way there.
Something might have got wrecked in practice and they're in the loaner car there, but let's just watch this. Let's just shut up for a minute, if we can do that, J-Man.
Okay.
And watch Jordan Moss. what a lap.
Yeah,
and this has been going on lap after lap. Viewers, fantastic stuff from Jordan Moss as he chases down newcomer Stu Aerosmith.
Doing a great job as Stu as well, because I mean there's a lot of pressure coming from that Porsche from behind, and he's just putting the car everywhere he needs to, and still making a lap time. That last lap round was a 44.83 versus a 44.73, so nothing in it between these boys, and they've still got those two cars of Carson and Fodado just up in front of them. So if those two boys up in front get engaged in a dogfight, Stu's going to be right there, as is Jordan Moss, as we see the flames looking out the back of that McLaren down into the right-hander. Really interesting watching the lines and listening to the work of Jordan Moss there behind. He's very, very shallow on the approach to a lot of the corners versus Stu. And I don't know if you picked up, Davo, he's using that gearbox down an extra shift than probably what he needs as far as exit, because he releases the car up a gear again as he goes to pick up the gas on the way off quite a few of those corners. So an interesting technique that does great, give him good mid-corner speed.
And obviously then it begs to ask whether that is a Porsche thing. Is that what the Porsche requires to get those sort of lap times out of it, and stay with the McLaren? But
yeah, potentially, or it could be a driver thing. I mean, I know myself, I always used to call it the neutral shift, because basically you get down to that phase in the middle of the corner, and you're not on the gas, you're not on the brake, and then you release it into the next gear, and then you punch it out. And so it could be a trade of the car, but it could be a trade of Mossy as well.
Mossy style,
nonetheless, it's working, because
it definitely is.
We don't have a lot of info on Stu, but I suspect wherever he's come from, he was one of those fast guys, because he's driving beautifully as well. So is Mossy really just up on the outside here?
So yeah, just forced him shallow. He's taking advantage now. These are big flip-flop corners here. High pace through here.
Beautiful piece of driving from both those guys right there.
Yeah, so nice work. Good strategy. Just squeezed him, didn't he?
And just showing him the intent, and Stu played it well as well. He just sort of give him enough, but not too much.
But he knows it's on, Stu. See, go deep under brakes there.
So, so what this will do is this will create Stu to maybe look in the mirror a little bit more now than he probably needs to.
It's
that whole psyche.
For sure. I think he saw that little gap that he gained on Moss there out of 3 and 4 there. Thought he'd try and even further that into the braking area, and actually overshot it. And he just lost the whole lot straight away. So,
and I know it's hard to look away, but I can tell you, Sam Carson is absolutely the same distance from Shane Fodado at the moment.
We can see the whole 4 of them there now in camera shot every now and then. J-Man. And we knew this was coming. We knew this eventually. Carso would gain on this BMW. Can Fodado hold him out? We've seen Fodado drove outstandingly throughout this season already over the last 6 rounds in what seems to be a very slow BMW.
Yeah.
And really, really kept that thing up the pointy end of the field, man, the whole season really,
Yeah, probably one of the best defensive drivers we've got in the field, in my opinion. Just, he's fast anyway.
Without being blocky.
No. Oh, who was that facing backwards there?
So, really nice stuff.
Mitchell Cole. Mitchell Cole was facing backwards as
past. We just catch that in the background there. Mitchell Cole just making his way back onto the track in one of the Lamborghinis, J-Man. Where do we? Fodado with Carson all over. Aerosmith.
It's hard to know where to look at the minute, to be honest.
If I could get all 4 of them on the screen at once, I would.
Yeah, I'm with Ben Duncan, mate. I'm sort of can't look.
So, little over 25 minutes to go. I sort of had this gut feeling this was going to ramp up earlier than 5 minutes to go, J-Man. These guys have really been biding their time, really driving a good conservative, and I keep saying it, measured race. Really not getting into any battles, no fights. Definitely up the porty end here. These guys just nose to tail, following each other.
Jump around the outside again,
but
and then look for a cut back.
It's time. It's time to make the moves now, isn't it, J-Man? The tyre deck. Eventually, these guys won't have anything to battle with, and they need to get it done now. The track position is going to be critical leading into these last 20-odd minutes.
Yeah, very much so. So that leads me back to, I'm just, you know, I know there's a lot going on here, and there's quite a margin. There's around about 3.5 seconds from Wilton to Robinson, but it's the back end of this race that I expect Wilton, currently sitting P8, to start closing that margin back up to Robinson, because Robinson's been pushing on pretty hard to try and catch this Moss Aerosmith battle, but it's just it's a hurdle too far, I think. So
I think so, because they actually show, considering they're locked in battle, really good pace.
Yeah, they are. They're going fast.
So Carso, Faraday, Aerosmith,
Moss. Both Carso and Faraday ugly bounces through the middle of that chicane.
They're brutal. They're brutal over that short chicane there, aren't they, mate?
Yeah. Okay, you need to just play a 2. Give us a bit more insight. Is Stu carrying a shoulder injury? Is he? If he is, he's doing a bloody good job.
Oh, Carso showing the nose at Faraday there.
Again, yeah.
Just saying, I'm here, mate. I'm coming for you. Mossy's got his work cut out for him. Stu.
He has. I tell you what, if this was my first race here at a new community, and I'm talking about Stu here, I'd be pretty happy with what I've turned up to.
Mossy, tight in behind the McLaren this time.
He's going to range down the outside and look for a cutback again.
Forces that tight line.
Oh, he's just putting that car everywhere he needs to.
Hasn't it? And the McLaren just does it. It's got the brake to match the port.
Yep.
Mossy again, just sneaking that nose up on the side there.
Yeah.
Trying to force that shallow entry for Stu Aerosmith. Aerosmith now outbraked himself down here earlier.
It's a carbon copy in front of them.
You could just overlay the skins.
You just, yeah.
It's the same shit going on back and front. Yeah. It's awesome stuff. I don't know. And cars are actually starting to come back around to some lap traffic.
They are.
This will mix it out, viewers.
Yeah, so they're just coming up on the Aston Martin of Phil Turner now.
Turner, is it? Yep. Aerosmith hard out. We see on the live chat on YouTube, they reckon his shoulder might be giving him a bit of a workout. Well, it's not showing it. That's for sure.
That's not.
Which shoulder is it? He's doing the left and the right's pretty bloody good at the moment.
I reckon they'll both be hurting after this one.
We'll call it physiotherapy for tonight.
Oh, Mossy on the inside, Mossy on the inside. This is where he needs to be.
Now, he had the run on the last lap. It's a drag race, James.
Stu's going to cover down here. Yeah, good work. Stu goes to the inside. He's got to stay there, can't shift back. Does the right thing, stays down there. Mossy, that's a long way around the outside. Look for a big cutback. Once again, Stu puts the car exactly where he needs to on the exit.
Yeah, definitely. Mossy in with a good run and the cutback, just nowhere near enough to force the entry. They now come back.
They're coming up on Phil Turner as well.
Behind Phil Turner as well. Hopefully they'll just get him just after the kink here.
Yeah, Phil will get out of the way here, I think. You'll find he'll just run wide.
And then run wide. Yep. So nice work from Phil.
Beautiful
there.
job. Yep.
The boys read it perfectly, actually. It's difficult for these guys, as it is for the back markers sometimes.
Yep.
J-Man, just to read that body language of the guys, the slower cars. But yeah, everybody doing a fantastic job. Let's back up. Let's have a look back up the front here, out the back of Shane Faraday's. and just get an eyeball full of that Xbox car. That's what Faraday is looking at out in the back of his BMW. There's plenty of it. Look
this
at it.
ranging Xbox.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no disrespect to anybody else out in the field at the moment. You know, I guess the camera boys do a great job showing us where the margins are, and there's, you know, there's not a lot else that I can see that's as close as the two battles we're looking at. So, mad respect to everybody else, but we just got to stay with these two battles because, yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah, definitely. There's plenty going on here.
Good comeback though from Steve-O. He had a really unlucky situation at the start of the race. He's currently sitting P13. Obviously, you know, a few guys in front made way, but nonetheless, he's dug deep in this Enduro, as we know Steve-O always does. So well done.
Yeah, nice work there,
tight.
Kenny Simpson actually too, keeping his nose relatively clean, staying in the race.
Yep.
As a couple of others around him have dropped. So yeah, making a good showing as well. And and kudos to all the lap traffic at the moment. These unexpected early lap traffic right from the get-go tonight, and a lot of respectful stuff on track from both the fast guys and the slower traffic. Everyone getting through smoothly, so nice stuff.
Just watching the back of that McLaren of Stu's just starting to move around a little bit now, but nonetheless, I still think they are actually making margin on Carso Faraday as well. Carso goes wide again, looking for the switchback.
Well,
It's on here.
I don't think. We were talking about Brad Robinson, who's actually trying to tag onto the back of all that. And like I said, the pace, I think these guys, they're running too hot, particularly the Aerosmith and Moss battle.
Yeah.
He's got no chance. They're catching these two guys in front.
They are. Yeah, so just having a look at the lap times around, Carso Faraday 46.4, 46.3.
Yep.
45.3, 45.3. So
yeah,
there you go. Second a lap faster that lap round. Mossy should have been there to capitalise. He normally defends that line very good, very well, but once again holds that line. Very, very hard to make something out of a turn one pass, but
and Mossy just really getting eager. You can see it in the body language of the car. He's almost getting a little impatient, J-Man.
Yep. He's doing a great job though. He's right there, and he's as close as he needs to be. I mean, the skill that it takes to run for this long, this close, from both these boys. Once again, we see the back of that McLaren just a little loose on exit.
Yeah, so Moss clearly focused on the back of Aerosmith's car.
And as you mentioned, they are really hunting down those two up front now.
There they are. Times show. Brad Rob back in behind these two battles, equally as intense as each other. J-Man, he hasn't got a hope of catching up to this stuff.
No, and even on his 44.9, these guys are going so fast as well. So
Moss again gets that wide line out of the penultimate corner and into the last, and just again gets this run.
Look at the start finish straight. 2 seconds. No, 2.2.
Faraday and Carson, nothing going there, but this again, it's Stu. He chases Stu, and here he goes down the inside. Will he stop it?
Yeah, Stu just take that back, so thank you, I read that.
Totally missed his mark. So we'll get a little replay on that one.
Yeah, good replay too, though, because Jordan just bucked out of that draft and just had,
Okay, so a little replay on that one. So we see Mossy a little bit further behind this time, actually. I don't know why he had a crack that time.
I feel like the back end of the straight, he was underneath the wing and he was still there, but
just missed his mark by a couple of car lengths. Nearly went out into the outfield.
Stu read it.
But
Well
yeah, Stu definitely and left plenty of space. So, but it continues. Look
he's
at
back
it.
on him. Yeah, he's back on him.
Immediately. And you can see from the helicam shot here that how close that Carson Fudado battle is actually, J-Man.
Yep.
Let's just quickly scroll through with a little over 15 minutes. So Vic Chan out in the lead, just rounding the final corner and out on the start finish. John McDonald not too far behind him, just coming across past the pit end. Fudado, like we have had our eyes glued to this stuff. Fudado, Carso. We've got Aerosmith, Moss, Brad Robinson chasing all of that action going up. Wilton in 8th, nice work from Wilton. Vaughan Martin in 9th, and Riley Price rounding out the top 10. Riley, that car should be way further up the field, had plenty of pace tonight, J-Man.
Yeah, what could have been after, had it not been a drive for a year, for sure.
Yeah. So back to this, oh God, it's not a duo, it's not a trio, it's a bunch. It's a bunch, and it's a four-way battle pretty well, because it's nearly a four-way battle now. Look how much closer Stu Aerosmith is to the back of Carson. This is getting really close. Aerosmith with a little bit of breathing space. Oh, damn, does he slide it through that little chase there, J-Man, but with a little bit of breathing space, with Mossy just behind him now, a few car lengths, he really can focus on what's going on in front. And it looks like he's catching Carson.
That's effectively, the second car in his vision there. That's the podium. So can Stu,
that's it.
With 13 and a half minutes to go, can he get up there and make a podium?
Yep, that's the third position race right there in front of him, isn't it, mate?
Yep. That's why we drink, mate. Calms the nerves. As we just saw Carso just show the nose to Fodado. I reckon he knows you're there, Carso. I reckon he's known you there for about the last 20 minutes.
I think so.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, they're going to come around. It's going to be around that 1.6 seconds again, I think. Oh, Stu gets a big wiggle coming off there. You can see how hard he's pushing. 1.6 seconds back from Sam Carson now. And, his eyes forward, but he can't forget about the guy that's still behind him that's been trying to pass him for the last half an hour.
No.
And Jordan very much still in touch.
So intense battles going on here. Hard to stop watching. Not a lot going on through the rest of the field.
No, I've just been for a scout, just looking. There's certainly some good long game stuff going on. Like I was just looking at Kenny Simpson over Rob Penfold. That's a battle that's gone on the better part of this race, and there's quite some margin between it, but they're still pressing on.
Yep. So this is the place to be, and it's tightening up as Jordan Moss actually starts to tag back onto the back of the McLaren of Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Carson has not gone anywhere. Mate, they've literally been 2 car lengths away from each other for, I don't know how long. It seems like an hour. But
look at this last lap. Look at Stu and Stu and Mossy.
They've ranged up, haven't they?
They're right there, mate. They're right there. So,
yeah, that just shows you the pace of that second pairing there.
Yep.
They have literally been nose to tail like that for the last 20 minutes, like you said, and they've caught these 2 guys, and they're doing the same thing.
Both on 45.2s, playing 46.0 and a 45.9, so definitely got the pace at the moment.
It's a second.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, this is what it's going to come down to. But cool heads will prevail here, Still got to get it done. Still got to get it done cleanly. These guys are all class and all respect from what we've seen so far. So
okay. we'll just jump out of the helmet of Asrnz's car, see if we can see his dodgy shoulder there, giving him any trouble. It doesn't look like he's complaining too much about it. Oh, maybe a little bit of a wriggle there. That must have hurt.
yeah,
But a quick grab like that always hurts the shoulder.
big catch, big catch.
I can talk from experience. But
Yeah.
look how close he is to Carson's car now. If we look at, as we look out of the helmet of Asrnz's car, wow, J-Man, it's on.
Yeah.
We got 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Look to me like Carso's got a bit of push there. He's got a bit of understeer coming through out of that the double rights there. Just he still stayed with Shane, so it sort of tells you what sort of struggle Shane must be having
that's right.
with the tyres with just under 10 minutes to go. So
look at this. Look at this.
It's not getting any easier.
This is not net. It is not 2 battles anymore.
It's one.
It is 1 with 9.5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. It is on. It's an Enduro, see? Double points, and instead of 5 minutes to go, they ramp up. It's 10 minutes to go. Here we are. 10 minutes of absolutely epic racing. As we see him file through, Fodado, Moss. No, should I say, Fodado, Carson, Harris, Smith, and Moss. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is, they're all chasing 3rd position. That is 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. We've been following it for over 20 minutes, J-Man.
Yep. And I feel like Fodado and Carso responded this lap. I feel like they've responded to the pace of Stu and Geordie at the moment.
Too close.
Yeah.
It's a sweat. No, too close.
Yeah.
Just clean that lap up a little bit. There's not much they can do apart from just, you know, taking a little tidier line, isn't it? And just hitting your marks a little bit smoother. Just getting on that pedal a little bit earlier. It's a real flowy track, this. You really got to get into a rhythm through the back half of the track. All doing a fantastic job. These guys just not making mistakes, J-Man.
No, it's all a blueprint, really, isn't it? The mirror image of each other.
It's
Obviously,
amazing. It's great to watch.
Slightly tighter lines here and there from certainly Jordan Moss seems to be able to run the shallow line into the corner and still come out, but it's just nothing in it.
Nah, it's good. I like well, there's the odd one out's obviously the BMW up the front, but the Porsche up the back and the McLaren sandwich there going on.
Yep.
That's great. It's just, you know, 3 different marks to car, all going at it.
Yep.
So, yeah, very equally paced. And look, the last 7 minutes of a 100-minute race, and look how tight this is.
Jordan Moss just pitched the brakes in the middle of the corner just to avoid contact with the back of Stu there. So
Stu made the mistake, obviously, because he's dropped back a little bit there from Carso. But yeah, Geordie had to prop there. We did actually catch that if you watch closely. But the Porsche dealt with it well, actually. Just propped up nicely, got back on the gas. These guys would just probably have to just settle down, get their heads, get that rhythm back.
Oh, Stu very, very wide through the left-hand part of the chicane there. He's pushing hard because he can sense that, you know, with Mossy just a little bit back of him, now's the chance to push up on the back of Carso there.
Definitely. Oh, mate, they're definitely not leaving anything.
Yeah, they'll be running out of grip now too, as we just see Fodado covering already. So, is there a switch back on here?
Here we go.
Shane holds it tight. There'll be nowhere to go. Yeah. And that invites Stu back to the party.
It's a seesaw battle.
Hard on the gas out of that final corner. Looking pretty straight to all 3 of them, 4 of them.
4 of them. Look at them. It's just perfect exits. No gain from the top 3 cars out of that, what you can see there. all try a little bit under brakes, but there's nothing in it, J-Man. Just so equally paced as we've got a little over 5 minutes to go. Well, we've got about 3 laps to go or something after 100 minutes. And look how tight this is. This is for 3rd position. Fronado will be just sweating bullets, J-Man. Man, he will want this podium. He'll want to be up there with his teammate.
He will. He will.
Covers again. Damn, he can make that BMW wide.
Yeah, Carster's got to be careful now when he ranges up that high line there, looking for a switchback, because if Stu gets a sniff of that, he'll poke that car down the inside there and take that ability for him to cut back away. So he's just got to be a bit careful of that.
And yeah, we saw that with Geordie on Asrnz there a little bit earlier in the race. Tried to get the Porsche up there, but just couldn't make it stick. Haven't seen it for a while now, but here we go again down this back end of this track there. Carso getting the nose right out wide, just showing it to him, not really getting it up there beside him, just showing him the big green Xbox.
Look how tight this is.
But Asrnz and Jordan Moss, these guys are actually bunched now behind Carso.
Fully.
So, yeah, Jordan would be off the throttle here a little bit, you would think. It will fan out. Still nowhere to go. Look at the braking on all of them.
So even.
Oh, and so tidy.
Yep.
Great discipline. Fantastic discipline driving, J-Man.
A little wide in the middle there.
This is after 100 minutes of racing, and these guys are on point.
Yeah, fantastic race from all 4 of these drivers. Not to mention, obviously, Vic Chan out front, some 15 seconds over John McDonald in 2nd position. But these guys have just really put on a great show for us. As
unbelievable.
I think Stu's. I'm guessing you're Stu's work colleague or his boss or whatever. I mean, if you're his boss, are you giving them the day off? Because I mean, a drive like that.
Yeah, public holiday.
How could you not?
Yeah, bloody oath.
This is Stu's day down in Nelson.
Stu's.
Yeah. Stu for the mayor. Anyway, back to it.
Absolutely. We'll go for a quick scroll through the field, what we've got left on track. Bear Grylls, Mitchell Cole in 14, Steve Melling in 13, Rob Penfold in 12th, Kenny Simpson in 11th, Riley Price in 10th. Talked about Riley before, that car should have been way higher in this race. Vaughan Martin in 9th, and one of the other Ferraris, highest finishing position for the Ferraris so far. Steve Wilton, 8th, awesome job. Brad Robinson, 7th. Chasing this battle. This is where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. It continues on, 2 minutes to go. These guys are going to another 2 laps here. Jordan Moss, Stu Arrowsmith, Sam Carson, Shane Fuddard, John McDonald up in 2nd, making no mistakes.
Class drive from JB. We know he loves the strategies, loves the enduros. Man, I'm just fixated on this battle. It's just so tight. I just commend these guys for how accurate they are for such a long period of time.
They are not that far behind John McDonald, to be honest, J-Man.
8.6.
On track.
Yeah.
So they're not doing too bad.
They're going pretty well, considering they've been engaged in a dogfight for the better part of 40, 50 easily minutes.
And it will be the 2nd last lap for them.
It will be the 2nd to last.
Oh God, you can just see they want to make a move here. They want to make a move there. They've looked like that for the last 35, 40 minutes, like you said. But they just cool heads prevail. You know, super disciplined, really even paced, really equally paced cars and drivers. So It's made for some awesome racing. As Frodo
top notch
runs across the line for the final lap. Casso in tow. Aerosmith, Jordan Moss. They all fan out again. It was that little tap in the background there.
Yeah, I think
Geordie might have come down.
Mossy on Stu, but Stu has read that pretty well most of the night, so
hasn't upset the balance. It's still right in it.
But Stu, I don't know if Stu can see the chat, but his mate here reckons he'll give him an early knockoff tomorrow if he can get third. So he's up in the ante on the last lap.
2 more positions up from him. It's probably a bit of a stretch. Anything can happen. But awesome stuff as these guys bounce over those curbs, those deadly curbs through the chicane there for the last time, J-Man, tonight. After 100 minutes of racing, they've done 56 laps. I'm sure they'll be happy when it's all over. There'll be a few sore and sorry bodies tomorrow.
Yeah, Vic Chan rounds the final corner to take the checkers.
So we'll see Vic Chan cross the line, headlights are flashing. These boys cycle through these last few corners. We'll see John McDonald round the final corner.
Yep.
For a well-deserved second place.
Great P2, John Boy.
Yeah, really took it to Vic Chan really early stages of the races there, but...
and here comes the quad.
Here comes the train, yes, the quad train.
Brilliant
Frodo, Carsons, Aerosmith, Moss. Unbelievable. Look at these guys fanning together. What a finish. These guys will be stoked. The chatter in the Discord will be going off. These guys will be patting each other on the back. They would have loved that, J-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve Wilton brings home P8.
Yes, Brad Robertson in 7. Steve Wilton in 8. Vaughan Martin just coming around the final complex there too, J-Man.
Yep, he's rounding up the final 2 corners as we speak. And then it will be the 979 car of Riley Price, who, as we mentioned, had a ton of pace on it. Obviously got unfortunate with that drive-through earlier on, as he's putting on a bit of a drift display there.
It's been doing it all night, that thing, actually.
It kind of has. And then, after Riley Price, we have Kenny Simpson, Rob Penfold, Steve Melling, Mitchell Cole, and then we will go Bear Grylls. Oh, sorry. Still telling me Nathan Wilson might have amount of laps there. No, sorry, Bear Grylls, Phil Turner, and then the rest are retirements. Retirements would be Reese Penfold, Adam Faulkner, Nathan Wilson, to name a few. So quite big attrition there tonight, but absolutely fantastic race to watch. Especially the Shane back to Moss battle was just absolutely fantastic.
It doesn't get much better than that, mate, if at all. Good disciplined driving from all 4 of them, and it pretty well went the whole race. But the last 35-40 minutes, it really ramped up right to the last corner. So nice stuff. J-Man,
all right.
Let's get these boys up to the complex and see what they got to say for themselves.
Yep. So first cab off the rank is Shane Foddo. Shane, you got comms on us?
Hey, buddy.
Mate. What do you got to say about that?
Oh, I don't know what to say.
I'll tell you, that was hard earned. That looked bloody hard earned from my up here, mate. So
40 minutes to go, I started getting cramp in my right hand. And I'm like, how am I going to survive this? I'm just push through.
Mate, and push. Man, Carso just gave you grief the whole time. So that last 40 minutes.
Battle.
Yeah, great racing. Like, I mean, if you're not driving to work tomorrow with one eye on the rear vision mirror and one forward, mate, I'd be surprised because man, that's we've given you cred for being probably one of the best defensive drivers that we've got here this season. You know, without not at the expense of still going fast, because you were still going really, really fast.
I don't think it's by choice though, was it?
Yeah, but
I'd rather it be the other way around, but the first stint was all right.
But you know, from one racer to another, mate. I guess that's what you turn up for on a Thursday night.
Yeah, man. No, thanks. There was bloody good race. It was bloody tough though. Shit.
Yeah,
and
it makes
such good racing with Sam there.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats, mate. That was just you had us fully entertained, as the live viewers as well. I'm sure watching, there was plenty of commentary coming through the chat box because yeah, it was hard to take our eyes off of you and Carso, and also Stu and Mossy were right in there. They joined you for the final quarter of an hour, 20 minutes, mate, and just yeah, no change. I just mad respect to the quality of driving that you put on tonight, Shane. Well done.
Yep.
Thanks, man. And that was bloody awesome. Yeah, I tried to get them. I wasn't trying to slow down and let them catch up, but I thought it would work in my favor. But they were good. They didn't try and attack Carson.
No.
They were all as hungry as the next guy, mate. I just you had the box seat in the rear vision mirror to see all that going on, mate. So no, well done, Shane. Good work, brother.
Well deserved podium, mate. Well deserved.
Awesome.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, so there you have it. That's Shane Fodderdo takes out P3 in the first of the Enduros, which is round 7 here overall, but first of the Enduros. That was a great drive. So the next guy, no stranger to the comms box, Davo. I think there's probably an embroidered seat with this guy's name on it. John McDonald, you got us on comms?
He's got a swipe card for the door and the bar fridge. Yeah. So he's been here before.
Yeah.
Hey, lads.
Hey, mate. Hey, well done, mate. Off the back of, a week away, very little practice. I can vouch for that because I was with you. What an outstanding drive for P2, and probably the only guy to go with Vic Chan at the start of that race, mate. You look comfy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm spent. Yeah. Thanks. It was a good. The car was wicked. It was good to keep that pressure on Vic at the start. Like, it was really going with him. I burnt a bit of rubber up there, and just made a little mistake and dropped back and thought, oh shit, I'll just better back the pace a little bit off, and that's how long we had to go. So yeah, lucky though, no cuts. So yeah, good stops. And, but yeah, tyres were spent though at the end of the first stint. That's why I wanted to force an undercut on everyone.
Yeah. Okay. So very much we saw the better part of the field look for the single 50-50 stop. So that was the flavour tonight. I was a little surprised because the dig was quite bad. I thought at that certainly at that 40-minute mark, it slipped in by probably. It was weird because it looked like when the dig fell off, you guys lost about a second, but then over that next 10 minutes, it didn't fall off much more than that.
No, I think as the car phased a little bit. I don't know about the other cars, but the tyre went away and then kind of just neutralised again. And I guess as the fuel just kind of fell off it, the car just kind of, went fast because of the lower fuel load.
Yeah, but, sort of caught up with the fuel load a little bit.
Carso was unlucky. He was coming with me as well. I was monitoring that and thought, I better get out of this pretty early. And he decided to come with me, and I saw him. He would have had to come through my bay. Yeah, which is pretty hard. That's that risk that you run as well, and you follow another car in. And I saw him have to back up, and I thought, oh, bugger that. But I know how he feels because I've done that plenty. And we've all been there and get away with that one. So it was ratchet for him, but it looked like I was watching their gap with him and Shane in the back, and they looked like they had a wicked fight at the back there. So
absolute ding dong, mate. Honestly,
the fight for third position was next level, I tell you.
Yeah, it went on for a very, very long time with some really high class racing, but nonetheless, it's all about you right now, mate. And what an outstanding second position. Clearly, the outside of Vic, the best of the rest. Great pace. We looked at one point, there was only 2 cars in the field at a certain point in the race. that were doing 44s, and it was you and Vic. Obviously, a lot of guys did run 44s, but consistently the front two cars, yourself and Vic, were a class ahead at the opening stanza of that race. And I think the margin sort of showed. I think, Vic pulled a good margin, but you also still had close to 9 seconds on the other guys, which really speaks volumes about what sort of average pace you had throughout the night. So well done, John McDonald, for a P2. Congrats.
Good on you, mate.
Yep. Cheers, boys. Good fun.
All right, mate. We'll see you next week.
No worries if your mind's still in the game. I swear I was cutting laps at Hampton Downs then for a while. It's funny how your brain drifts away.
Yeah.
Well, whatever works, brother, because you were doing fine.
All right, mate.
Hey, and thanks to Aaron. You're probably watching down in Queenstown. Thanks for having us, bro. That was awesome. Sorry to see you here too.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron. Well done. Well done, John Boy.
Good on you, Aaron. Oh, great. John McDonald there, ladies and gentlemen. Second on the podium tonight. Awesome. Just getting back to reality, I think, a little bit like yourself and a few of the other boys, J-Man?
Yeah,
after a big weekend. But last but not
least, mate, a guy that, has certainly showed class all season long. Vic Chan, you got us on comms?
Yep, gotcha. Mate,
another well-executed victory there, mate. Just stretched your legs at the back end of that, but, you didn't shake them off in the lap one like you normally did, mate. You had a bit of a battle with John McDonald at the start of that one.
Yeah, cold tires, heavy load. I just didn't want to push it too hard, but he was actually on it at the beginning, and then as soon as my tires came up to pressure and a bit of fuel went out, I just put my head down and stopped focusing on my mirrors.
Yep. And so obviously, we'd sort of check in every now and then and see how you're going, but it was pretty much status quo. You were doing Vic Stappen things, so you were out there doing your thing. How was the lap traffic tonight, mate? Because we saw you
until we saw you with Riley Price, who'd come out behind you after an early pit stop, and he was a lap down, and he was in behind you. He was on a green tyre. And you had a bit of a wriggle in front of him there.
You blew through the chicane. I think it was the only moment.
He had fresh tyres. I believe he was doing a two-stopper or something. But he came out with fresh tyres, and then he let me through, and then he was able to keep up with me, and then it was really putting me off on my line. I was trying to push just so I could stay in front of him and build a gap so he doesn't have to be stuck.
Yeah. Very uncharacteristic to see you blow through the chicane there, Vic. We were a bit surprised, but nonetheless, you gathered it up, mate, and then got back past him. So well done on another victory. We thought in the opening laps, mate, we thought, there's a challenge here from John, but no, you just really just held your measure and just kept punching those laps. So I think I saw you down as low as a 44.0.
My second stint I got a 43.8 or something.
Oh, you did jump into the 43s. Well done. I don't think there was anyone else that could match that.
That's just showing off, Vic. You know that.
Yeah.
But I was definitely feeling the pressure from JB at the start. I thought, oh no, this guy has been training in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah. No, absolutely fantastic drive again tonight, Vic. Looking forward to what you've got next week. But yeah, congrats on tonight, mate. So sewed up the sprint title, and now looking forward to having a good crack at this Enduro, and you've got a good head start on it already.
Yeah, I think these McLarens at Monza and Spa, I believe, are really quick there.
Okay, all right.
You hit it broken, so I believe it's going to be a good challenge for me there.
Good stuff. Yeah, no, good stuff. I'm sure you'll be up for it, mate. So, well done. Another great victory, buddy. Enjoy it, and we shall talk again soon.
Definitely.
Good one.
Cheers, Vic. All right. Look, I'm going to take a bit of a unique opportunity here.
Yes.
No, I won't, because he's just gone. I was actually going to grab Stu for a quick chat, because I wanted to know what his thoughts are first night in, but we've literally just lost him. So
all good.
All good. We'll call it there. Great night of racing, Davo.
Amazing, actually. 100 minutes just goes so bloody quickly when the racing's that good. And definitely that second half of the race, and particularly the final quarter of the race, was just amazing. Up the pointy end of the field. most of the pack a little bit spread out. But yeah, look, really good measured racing from all the drivers tonight. Only the first round of the endurance series, so we're only a little over halfway through our season. A lot to play for still, Jay, man, and I think everybody was just playing maybe a little bit of conservative, except for those 4 guys we were watching towards the end. But yeah, awesome night. Hey, look, we've got plenty more to come. Next week we've got Silverstone. I think it is Silverstone
yes, we have.
for the Enduro.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
We all know what happens at Silverstone. It could be pouring rain. It could be doing this. It could be doing that. It could be freezing cold. Who knows? But if tonight's anything to go by, it's going to be a freaking awesome race.
Yep. 100%. It will be. Yeah, it'll be amazing. And yeah, so looking forward to that one. Big week for us, Davo, but we'll sort that out, mate. We'll get through it.
For sure.
Duties are full.
For sure. And thanks to all the boys that have joined us throughout the stream. Look, guys, whenever you pop in and watch us live, make sure you sort of like it and subscribe and stuff. It's really good for our views. We just love that stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, it really helps. But yeah, look, everyone's welcome. Really love you guys watching live. I know all the boys that drove tonight will be watching later, J-Man. Some of them tonight, they're crazy. We get to bed for freaking 3 o'clock in the morning. It's madness. But look, that's probably enough for us. Those guys can watch again. We've just watched it. So. But that's enough for tonight. We're going to be back here for Silverstone next week. J-Man, it's been a pleasure. Awesome racing.
Appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.